Did Zendaya and Tom Holland just pull off the most secret wedding in Hollywood, without anyone even realizing it? Because according to someone in their inner circle, it already happened. No announcement. No paparazzi photos. No glamorous spread. Just one explosive sentence on a red carpet that sent fans into a frenzy. When Zendaya's longtime stylist casually said, "The wedding has already happened. You missed it," the internet practically stopped breathing. And the most shocking part? He didn't laugh it off. He doubled down. So now the question isn't whether they're engaged anymore. It's whether one of Hollywood's most private couples just said, "I do," in total silence, while the world was busy watching something else. It all started with one seemingly casual red carpet interview, but what was said changed everything. At the 2026 Actors Awards, Zendaya's longtime stylist Laura Roach was stopped by Access Hollywood for what should have been a routine fashion chat. Smiles. Compliments. Flashing cameras. And then, out of nowhere, he dropped it. "The wedding has already happened. You missed it." Just like that. The reporter froze. You could almost feel the confusion through the screen. Was he joking? Was this a playful tease? So they asked again, giving him the perfect chance to walk it back. He didn't. "It's very true. Thank you so much." Confident. Calm. Not a hint of hesitation. Within minutes, the clip was everywhere. X lit up. TikTok went into detective mode. Fans started reposting the moment with captions like, "Wait. What?" and "How did we miss this?" The frenzy wasn't just about a possible wedding, it was about the secrecy. No leaks. No insider photos. No whispers beforehand. And here's where it gets even more dramatic. Neither Zendaya nor Tom Holland has said a single word about it. Their representatives stayed completely silent. No denial. No clarification. Just silence. And in Hollywood, silence can be louder than confirmation. But this bombshell didn't appear out of thin air. There were clues leading up to this moment, clues that suddenly feel a lot more significant. But here's the part that makes this even more intriguing: there were signs. Subtle ones. The kind you only connect after the bomb drops. Reports claim Tom Holland actually proposed at the end of 2024. According to multiple outlets, it happened sometime between Christmas and New Year's at one of Zendaya's family homes. Not a flashy European getaway. Not a staged paparazzi moment. Just something quiet. Intimate. Very them. And at the time, fans celebrated the engagement rumors. It felt believable. It fit their story. But now? People are wondering if that proposal timeline was just the beginning of something much bigger. Because then came the 2025 Golden Globes. Zendaya walked the carpet glowing. Effortless. Confident. But eagle-eyed fans weren't focused on the dress. They were zooming in on her left hand. A large ring. Impossible to miss. Social media went into overdrive. Screenshots flooded timelines. "Is that an engagement ring?" quickly turned into, "It has to be." At the time, it was brushed off as likely confirmation of the proposal reports. But now, after Laura Roach's explosive comment, fans are rewatching that red carpet footage with a completely different perspective. Was it just an engagement ring? Or was she already married, quietly wearing a symbol no one fully understood yet? And the deeper you look, the more this theory starts to make sense. Because if there's one thing Zendaya and Tom have mastered over the years, it's keeping the world guessing. But here's what really changes the way you look at all of this: their obsession with privacy. From the very beginning, both Zendaya and Tom Holland made it clear that fame came with a price. And that price was control. Back in 2021, after paparazzi photos of them kissing went viral, Holland admitted in an interview that he felt robbed of our privacy. He said moments that should belong to two people in love suddenly become public property. That wasn't just frustration. That was a warning. He's always been vocal about keeping his private life private. Sharing movies with the world? Fine. Sharing his relationship? Not so much. And Zendaya echoed that exact sentiment in 2023. She explained that while parts of her life will always be public, she chooses what stays sacred. She talked about protecting her peace. About navigating love without hiding, but also without oversharing. That balance is delicate. And they've guarded it fiercely. Think about it. How many red carpets have they skipped together? How rarely do they post about each other? Even at major industry events, they often arrive separately. It's not distance. It's strategy. So when you hear that a wedding may have already happened, it doesn't feel chaotic. It feels calculated. Intentional. Very on brand. Because for a couple who believes the world already takes too much, what's more powerful than keeping the biggest moment of your life completely to yourselves? And yet, that very secrecy is what's making fans spiral now. Because if they could hide a wedding, what else have they managed to keep out of sight? But to understand why this possible secret wedding feels so emotional, you have to rewind to where it all started. Back in 2016, Zendaya and Tom Holland met on the set of Spider-Man: Homecoming. She was cast as Michelle Jones, MJ Watson. He was stepping into one of the most iconic superhero roles in history. They were young. Thrust into global fame. And instantly, fans noticed the chemistry. At first, they both insisted they were just friends. For years, interview clips showed them laughing, teasing each other, finishing each other's sentences. Rumors swirled constantly, but they denied everything. The internet shipped them hard, but there was never proof. Until 2021. That was when paparazzi photos surfaced of them kissing inside a car. No movie set. No costumes. Just real life. And suddenly, the speculation wasn't speculation anymore. From that moment on, something shifted. They didn't become an oversharing celebrity couple. They didn't start staging coordinated posts. Instead, they did the opposite. They went quiet. More careful. More protective. And somehow, that made fans love them even more. They supported each other's premieres. They posted subtle birthday tributes. They spoke about each other with respect, never for clout. It felt genuine. Stable. Different from the usual Hollywood chaos. Which is why this alleged marriage hits differently. This isn't some whirlwind tabloid romance. This is two people who grew up in the spotlight together. Who survived internet scrutiny. Who built something slowly, away from cameras. And now, if Law Roach is telling the truth, that slow-burn love story may have reached its most dramatic chapter yet. But the timing of this chapter, that's where things get even more interesting. But here's where the story takes an even more fascinating turn: their careers are entering a massive new era at the exact same time. Zendaya isn't just a former Disney star anymore. She's an Emmy-winning powerhouse. From Euphoria to major film franchises, she's become one of the most bankable names in Hollywood. And Tom Holland? He successfully stepped out of the Spider-Man shadow, proving he's more than just a superhero in tights. Now they're about to reunite on screen again. This time in Christopher Nolan's adaptation of The Odyssey. And this isn't just another blockbuster. It's Nolan. It's prestige. It's stacked with A-list heavyweights like Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o, Robert Pattinson, and Charlize Theron. The film hits theaters July 17th, and anticipation is already building. Which raises an interesting question. If they are already married, would they really want that headline-dominating press tours? Or would keeping it private protect both their relationship and the film from turning into a circus? Some fans online are speculating that the silence is strategic. Not deceptive, strategic. In Hollywood, timing is everything. Announcing a wedding before a massive release could shift focus from the work to the romance. And this is a career-defining moment for both of them. But let's be clear. That's just speculation. There's no evidence they're hiding news for publicity reasons. What we do know is that they've always separated love from promotion. Still, the idea of them quietly becoming husband and wife right before stepping into one of the biggest films of their careers? That feels cinematic on its own. And yet, despite all the logic, there's still one lingering question nobody can shake. Was Law Roach completely serious, or was this the most dramatic tease of the year? And now comes the part everyone is debating online: is this real, or just a playful tease? Law Roach has built a reputation for being flamboyant, playful, and unpredictable. He loves the spotlight, the drama, the reaction. So some fans are convinced he was just having fun on the red carpet, dropping a tantalizing hint to watch the chaos unfold. After all, a stylist spilling secrets is exactly the kind of mischievous energy he thrives on. But others aren't buying it. His tone was confident. There was no hesitation, no laugh, no "just kidding." He didn't hedge, he didn't qualify, he just stated it as fact. And that's making fans believe something truly monumental may have happened behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Zendaya and Tom Holland have stayed perfectly silent. No Instagram posts. No interviews. Not even a whisper from their reps, and in Hollywood, silence can be just as loud as confirmation. Some fans interpret it as respect for their privacy. Others are convinced it's proof of an actual secret wedding. The reactions online have been wild. Fans are split, some are celebrating the thought of a hidden romantic milestone, while others are desperate for proof, scrolling through past events, red carpet photos, and Instagram clips trying to spot a clue. Every ring, every handhold, every subtle interaction is being analyzed. Either way, whether it's fact or a playful tease, one thing is undeniable. Law Roach just created one of the most viral moments of the year. And the speculation isn't slowing down. People are hooked. Conversations are exploding. And the world is left wondering, did we actually miss the wedding, or is this just Hollywood mischief at its finest? So, what does all of this mean? If Zendaya and Tom Holland really tied the knot in secret, it would be one of the most cinematic, carefully guarded love stories Hollywood has ever seen. Two of the brightest stars in the world. Keeping the biggest moment of their lives completely private, while fans and media speculate endlessly. It's romantic. Dramatic. Perfectly them. If it's not true, then this was a masterclass in timing and narrative control. A stylist casually drops a bomb, the internet goes wild, and the couple remains perfectly calm and silent, reminding everyone that sometimes, you don't owe the world your story, you own it yourself. Either way, one thing is certain. Fans are talking, theorizing, and replaying that red carpet clip over and over. Questions remain unanswered. The mystery is intoxicating. And in a world where Hollywood drama spreads in seconds, a secret wedding, real or imagined, is the ultimate hook. So now it's up to you. Did Zendaya and Tom Holland secretly say, "I do," or was this just the most playful tease of the year? Drop your theories below, because whatever the truth is, this story isn't ending anytime soon.